Hey guys, BJ here with the Elite Crypto Society, and in this video today, I want to show you a process that will teach you and will kind of further your experience and your understanding when it comes to exchanging crypto, because I'm showing you a formula you can use to create short-term gains and long-term gains for yourself of any cryptocurrency that you choose. Does not have to be Bitcoin. It can obviously be Bitcoin, as I'm going to show you with the Bitcoin chart. This formula will work for any crypto. Now, a big disclaimer, star button, if you will not see a positive return on investment. You will not see your wealth grow until every piece of the puzzle is put back together. Right now, you're looking at a chart, and I'm about to take the pieces of the puzzle off of the board and show you how they all stick together. So understand that using this formula will gain you more Bitcoin. It will gain you more Electroneum. It will gain you more whatever cryptocurrency that you want to use it for. You will not make more money until that cryptocurrency goes back above what you paid for the cryptocurrency, right? So before I confuse you, let me put it into chart terms. And here's what you're going to want to see, guys. Here's what you're going to want to pay attention to, right? If you can see, when our chart opens, Bitcoin's all the way at $11,144.90, right? So there are two things that we do when it comes to exchanging cryptos. Either we're housing our crypto so that the value goes up, right? And right now you can see we're just housing. We're not trading it. We're not exchanging it because it's more valuable than it was down here, right? It was $144 when the day started, or $11,144 when the day started. As you can see, it's increasing. It's at $11,328. Nothing to do with it there yet. $11,352, etc. $11,435. $11,519. $11,762, guys. It's over $600 more valuable than when the day started. This is when all those hold gurus are rawing, right? They're out here screaming, we're all gonna be rich, because they don't know what to do when Bitcoin starts to go down, like you're about to see in the rest of the chart, right? They're only involved in the raw, let's get it. Here it is at $11,785. Literally almost $700. It's actually over $700. Over $741 more expensive than when the day started, right? But as you can see, it's starting to go down, and it's starting to go down in a major way. It's not just a little drop. It's going to lose hundreds here, right? As you can see, as the chart starts to drop. So they're just hit a very big point for us, right? If it reaches over your goal, and obviously, if you were in our Heads Up Mastermind, you would have already understand making your daily goal as far as percentages and all of that go. So I'm not going to explain that in this video. I'm just going to tell you that you need to get into our Heads Up Mastermind group, or you need to buy one of my products, or you need to be following what I'm doing, because I'm teaching people how to create a 12% to a 35% return on their investment daily, no matter how much they're trading with. You don't have to trade with an entire Bitcoin. You can trade with $1,000 of Bitcoin, right? You can exchange $100 of Bitcoin a day. It doesn't matter. As long as you're doing this, you will increase by that percentage, right? It's not about how much money you're going to make. I'm not going to promise you you're going to make $1,000 tomorrow from this. I can show somebody with 100 Bitcoins how to do this, and they could make $50,000 tomorrow. I can show someone like you who may not have a single Bitcoin, and don't feel bad, I'm not trading with a full Bitcoin either. And you could still make, hundreds of dollars. I turned $169 into $500 using this exact formula. And I started with $169, guys. Anyway, as you can see, it broke one of our rules as far as getting your goals right. It's dropped now to where it's dropping. It's lost $300 worth of value since it's gone up. It's still, how cool is this? It's still $300 more valuable than what it started at for the day. So we would have sold somewhere in this in this avenue, right? If you've been following me, if you see any of the things we talk about, obviously, if you just listen to what I just said, as you can see, the value starting to drop right in front of your eyes, but it's still more valuable than what it started at during the day you sell. Because one of two things is going to happen. One, you've already turned a Bitcoin profit cash-wise, and your profit's just going to diminish a little bit if it starts going back up and you have to rebuy back in at that time. Or two, what's actually happening, and what happens very often, will happen again, right? So let's say we just sold at the 11,575 mark, where it became 200, less than what it was at its highest, and we're going down, right? Right here, you can see $11,302 is still a great place to buy back in, and you could have bought back in there, right? And then the process repeats itself. And I'm gonna go back to that point in just a moment, guys. But let me further along. If you didn't buy back in yet, right? If you still waited for the chart, as you can see, it's starting to go back up, and then it's gonna plummet again, right? You want to make sure, here's a golden tip for all of you guys who aren't in my mastermind group. You want to make sure if it plummets faster, if it plummets down here, you want to make sure you know what number you sold at. Like I said, we sold at $575 or $11,575, right? And here we are again at $11,449, right? So you're thinking, oh man, there's $125 left between now and what I'm buying. You want to buy back in before it reaches whatever price you sold it at, or else you didn't turn a Bitcoin profit. And I'll show you what I mean by the Bitcoin profit here, because we didn't buy back in, right? We're letting it ride, and there's another drop, guys. And it drops, I don't know if you can see it, $11,140. It's actually below what we bought it for, or what the day started at, right? It started at $11,144, so it dropped $4 below, right? Let's just say we've been following the chart all day. We've been watching Bitcoin's price. We're not going to, quote unquote, gamble any further, even though there is a bigger drop coming, as all of you can see. We're just going to buy back in for less than what we paid for it earlier today, or less than what it started at earlier in the day. It started at $11,144. We just bought back in at $11,140 when we sold at $11,575. So $437 profit, basically Bitcoin wise. That's about 0.0. Yeah, that's 0.01 extra Bitcoin, just from being able to buy or to sell high and buy low. Now, guys, I'm going to continue this chart with you just to see if there's any more big spills. As we can see, had we held out, we could have gotten it for even under 11,000. It dipped very quickly for a very, very short time, but the day closed at just at 11,085, right? So we could have even waited. We could have even gotten it cheaper, as you can see. But basically, here's what you guys have missed, right? The hold guru sit there and tell you, oh, you just wasted your time. You didn't do anything. You didn't make any money because Bitcoin's lower than what it started at during the day. And they would be correct partially, right? You did not make a positive return on your investment cash-wise, right? If you had $1,000 worth of Bitcoin when it started here, and it got to here, you sold when we said to sell, and you bought back in when we said to buy back in, you would have, like I said, made about 40. Yeah, you would have made about $40 to $60 from that $1,000 worth of Bitcoin in extra Bitcoin. You won't see that profit until it returns to that place that we bought it at, right? So you won't see the extra profit be actual profit until Bitcoin gets back to $11,575 where we sold it at. But here's the important thing I need you to understand. This is why you only do this concept with housing cryptos. Housing crypto at its core, at its base, if you wanted me to just sum it up in an elevator type of pitch to you, is a crypto that you expect to be worth more tomorrow, or be worth more eventually than it is worth right now. Right? So that's what a housing crypto is. That's actually where these gurus get their basis for you need to hold from, right? Because once again, they don't believe in you. They don't believe that you're smart enough to look at a chart and to sell high and buy back in low so that you can constantly make more Bitcoin. Either they don't believe in you and you shouldn't follow someone who doesn't believe in you, or they want you to not succeed. They want you to not be in the forefront of this Bitcoin stuff so that they can sell you more courses, or they can make you buy their programs, or they can straight up scam you out of your own Bitcoin so that you don't find it valuable anymore and you're willing to give it over to them who's going to make some real money with it. Because as you can see, guys, Bitcoin fluctuates every single day. There's actually about a 12%, there's usually about a 12% difference every single day, 12 to 35% fluctuation difference. Today wasn't so big. There's only a $700 difference, which is only about 8% of $11,000, obviously, if you guys do math. So there wasn't that big of a gap today, but still there's an 8% gap today, which means you could have made 8% on whatever you were trading with. Let's say you were trading with $1,000. That's easy math, right? You could have made $80 today had you done what I just explained to you. Had you sold at the high, bought back in at the low. And guys, I didn't even get it at the best buy back in spot, right? There was a buy back in spot that was almost $100 cheaper than what I bought back in at. So you could have made $90 today from just trading or from just exchanging with $1,000. Had you known what you were doing, had you watched this video before this day started. I know that tomorrow is going to be different for you. I know that from here you have some questions for yourself, like, how do I start exchanging? And we're about to answer those for you. But after you get those questions answered, you're going to set up a Binance account. You're going to fund it with your Bitcoin or with USD, because you can actually fund it with USD as well. So that's a cool little feature there, right? You're going to turn around and you're going to watch a chart like a hawk. Or you're going to join our Heads Up Mastermind group so you don't have to do all that and you can just get updates on when to sell and when to buy, right? So it's really simple for you. But you're going to turn around and you're going to start watching these charts and you're going to start doing this math in your head. Okay, my Bitcoin was worth $11,144. It's now worth $11,785. I've made profit. Up, it's going down. I'm going to sell. Up, it's going further down, further down, further down. Up, it's at something that I think is a low point. You have to make a decision there. Do I buy there? And like I said, I'm going to revisit this at this moment. Let's say you bought back in right here. You bought back in at $11,286. That's where your day restarts. This can restart over and over and over again. Then you're on the climb again, right? You've now made $200 profit. $11,265, it's gone up to $11,465. Or you've made literally 200 out of 11 is about 2%. You made a 2% gain since you've rebought back in, right? It starts to plummet again. It's going down, it's going down, it's going down. It's gone below what you've paid for it, right? So it's another great time to buy back in. Anytime it's below what you paid for it, you can buy back in and immediately see a Bitcoin profit, right? But if you hold out, it'll keep going, it'll keep going, it'll keep going. You could have bought back in there, right? You could have turned your profit again, guys. You can do this over and over and over again. And literally, I know this isn't very sales pitchy. I know this isn't very, it's not suit and tie serious. He didn't have a whole shebang. He didn't have a whole buy, all of that stuff. And it's because, one, this is an in-depth training for my Heads Up Mastermind group because I just provide content for them like this, but I wanted to share it with all of you as well. So I made it kind of a training, kind of a pitch, but I'm going to make it a very light pitch, and I'm going to say this. If you want to learn how to increase your money coming in, increase your wealth, increase your portfolio every single day, this is the formula to it. I don't have to sell you anything more. I don't even have to teach you anything more. You just have to get better at this, because if you heard my words and you learned, then you learned how to turn a 8% profit today, right? No matter what you were trading with. So let me put some numbers to the pad for you. If you were trading with $1,000, you'd have made $80 today. If you could make $80 a day, you would make $2,400 a month, which will replace most of your jobs. If you're watching this and you have a 9 to 5, right? Some of you are like me and you own your own business, and that pays all your bills. At least that allows you to be able to, maybe pay for your car note, pay for your insurance, pay for your phone and your internet bill, right? It allows you, for most of us, to pay for our, mortgages, or pay for our, apartment fees, or pay for our, rent for the month, every single month. Guys, this could pay for all of your bills just trading off $1,000, and maybe you don't even need it. Your portfolio will increase. If you traded with $1,000 like this and you made just an 8% return every single day, you would have $3,400 in your bank or in your portfolio at the end of the month. If you then begin trading with $3,000 instead of $1,000, you would then start making $240 a day at that same 8%, right? So you would then see, almost a $7,000 month the very next month, or closer to a $7,200 month. Sorry, I did some of this math on the spot. I just kind of wanted to put some numbers out there for all of you guys, because this is raw. This is a training. This is realistic. This is to help you guys understand where I came from. Because like I said, I started this, and this is how I know it works. I started this with $169, and it's now $500 in 1 month's time, right? And that's a little bit higher than a 8% increase per day. But that's because, like I said, honestly, this chart threw me off a little bit today, because most of the time there's about a 12% to a 35% gap in between the high and the low of the day. And you can almost always, you're not going to predict every single time the greatest high and the lowest low. But if you're watching the chart and you're doing simple math, you can always turn a profit, right? I could have sold anywhere along this chart and I would have turned a profit. If I'd have sold there, I'd have turned a profit. If I'd have sold there, I'd have turned a profit. If I'd have sold there, I'd have turned a profit. If I'd have sold there, I'd have turned a profit. We did sell here, right? If I'd have sold there, I'd have turned a profit. There, 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 there. There's very little room for error, right? This chart is basically something that you can come out here and fail at a little bit and still turn a nice return on investment. Now, I'm not saying you'll make $80, $100, but you might make $20 just from failing, right? You may make $35 just from failing. And what if you made $35 a day just from failing? You'd make over $1,000 a month, right? So this is the kind of stuff that you need to learn, that you need to master, and we have your hookup if you want to learn and master it, right? I offer sit-down sessions. I offer something that I call crypto sit-down mastery sessions, and it helps you do exactly what I'm talking about here. It helps you get set up with different exchanges. It helps you learn these Bitcoin charts so you know when to exchange, and it does something that's even bigger and even better. It puts all the pieces to the puzzle together for you, right? So in these crypto sit-down mastery sessions, I'm going to help you get set up in the 4 different exchanges that I use personally. I'm going to sit down with you, go over a Bitcoin chart so you start to understand my keep it simple formula. And I'm going to teach this stuff to you in depth so that you understand how to do it. And then we're even going to practice it together. I know that sounds a little bit crazy, but we're going to practice all of the steps of reading the chart, selling, of rereading the chart, buying back in. And I'm going to give you the third element, which I'm going to give you a little bit of a teaser of here, which is the biggest gainers and losers, because this is the ultimate tag team piece to the exchange method that I just taught you. The ultimate tag team method to the exchange that I just taught you is to be able to find other cryptos that are going up. Now, why would you want other cryptos that are going up? Well, when you sell your Bitcoin, right, which we just explained on the chart, that's what you're doing. You're exchanging it. You're exchanging it into another cryptocurrency. So imagine if you took $1,000 when it was at its high, and you exchanged it into, let's just say let's just say, let's hit this guy who's gone up 35% in the last hour, right? This is important because I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm not showing that chart. This is important because, time is money. If it was at $11,785 at 419, what's an hour later? 519, it's at $100 less. 2 hours later, it's at $200 less. 4 hours later, it's in the dip, right? So 4 hours later, you could have bought back in at the low point, like we talked about, but your $1,000 would have gone up. It would have gone up by 35%. Now you wouldn't have caught all of this, right? Let's say you caught 20 of that 35%. Your $1,000 would now be $1,200 that you're buying back into. So not only did you return a profit or make more Bitcoin because you bought at a lower price than what you sold at, but honestly, you bought back in with more USD or with more wealth than you had sold at originally. So you bought more crypto because you were smart enough to turn around and buy a cryptocurrency that was going up in value, and you weren't looking for a huge return. You weren't looking for a monstrous gain. You were just looking for, even if we caught one of these things that only went up 8% in the hour, that would have still been nice. That would have been $80 right there. But you're looking for something that will turn your money positive, because all you want is green, green, green. If you can get green when you sell and green when you buy back in, but in the meantime, you can get green from what you exchanged into, that means you're going to see a bigger return on your investment. You're going to see a bigger percentage return on your investment, right? We could have taken that 20% gain and accumulated it with buying the Bitcoin at the lower part and having that 40% gain, and we would have made a 60% gain on our investment today, right? We would have seen a 60%, or excuse me, we would have seen a 26% return on our investment today. Oh, I'm still off. We would have seen a 28% return on our investment today, right? 8% obviously from what we bought into with this, and then 20% on the other side. So we would have made $1,280 out of our $1,000 today. We would have made $180, or we would have made $280 off of what we were doing just today with all of this moving around, right? With all of this moving, shaking, with everything that we're doing with this chart, guys. And that's the type of stuff that you're going to learn how to do. That's the type of stuff that you're going to learn how to master. That's the type of keeping it simple type of formula that you're going to be able to plug into to see some returns every single day. As you can see, you don't even have to be a professional speaker to really be able to get this stuff right, because I've scrambled my words and I haven't put this into a buy format. I really put it just into a you're hanging out with me and you're learning from me type of format. I made it really laid back and easy. I've said and but, and I've corrected myself, and you've heard it all. I haven't even edited this video, because that's the type of stuff. That's all it takes. That's all the ability that you need to be able to succeed with this. If you can pay attention and you can give it your best shot, you're going to see a return every single day. If you master this stuff in our mastery sit down session, you're going to see a nice return every single day. And my goal for my students, as I could say, is to get you to that 12 to 35% return on investment range every single day. And I think that the formula itself speaks for itself, and you don't even have to buy the session to try this out. But I think that a lot of you are itching at the bit, chomping at the bit, waiting for me to tell you how to grab one of these spots so that you can master this stuff yourself. So I have two offers for you. Number one, if you want one sit down mastery session, it's just $375. So you can click the buy button below, or message me if you're seeing this as one of my early birds before I even get it onto a page with a buy button, and you can get a sit down session. The blow away savings, though, the real big deal that I think that a lot of you are going to hop on right now is for $600. I'm giving you 3 sit down sessions. I'm giving you basically a month's worth of my guidance to where I sit you down. I go over my 3 major exchanges that you're going to want to be a part of. As you could already see, you saw them here. So you definitely want to learn about Yobit and Cryptopia and obviously Binance and be a part of all 3 of those. So you're going to get sessions on all 3 of those. You're going to get mastery sessions on learning these charts and us going over it. And then the next week, we're going to sit down and talk about your progress, talk about how you're really feeling it, how you're learning it, getting some tips and to help you master the chart or find the cryptos that you want to turn around and invest in while your value is going down. I just think that this is a no-brainer decision that everybody is chomping at the bit to get. So I'm literally going to allow as many of you as you want to get the $375 sit down session. But if you want the $600 big 3, if you will, then you're going to have to be one of the first 10. Because after I get 10 people to teach my big 3 to, that's it. I'm not going to offer that anymore. I'm really going to shy away from doing these crypto mastery sit down sessions, and I'll probably just turn it into a product and then let you buy the product and not even get my personal help. So that should tell you even more why you should grab it right now, because you want my help. You want that understanding. You want to be able to raise your hand and ask me a direct question while I'm sitting there with you one-on-one to really be able to learn and master this stuff. So I would highly recommend that you do that, because as you can see, a 12% return on investment every single day would change your life. If you were exchanging $1,000 a day and you were making $120 a day off of it, that pays all of your bills, right? $3,600 a month pays all your bills. You're happy. Also, if you do what I said and you keep accumulating it, you have $4,600 in your account the next month to trade with. If you trade with 400, or if you trade with 4,000 instead of just 1,000, that 120 would then become 480, and you would make $480 a day, and that would really pay for all your bills, because that's over a 6-figure per month income stream that you're doing by yourself, that you're doing for you. By the end of the first sit down session, you will have learned this stuff. By the end of the third sit down session, you will have mastered this stuff and will have the ability to do it on your own. But you'll also be involved in our Crypto Heads Up Mastermind, because you get the very first month of that for free with either package that you buy. So you're going to get heads ups from us. You're going to get me sending you messages like, hey, go check out Sugar Exchange. It's up 32% this hour. Go check out Bitcoin Lightning. Go check out XYZ. Go check out Petrodollar, which is one that we just invested in yesterday, and it's already up 78%, right? Just some of these things that you're going to get little tips from. You're going to get heads ups about Bitcoin going down or Bitcoin going up, or what we're projecting it to be at. You're going to get heads ups about Bitcoin, about cryptocurrencies to stay away from, about Bitcoin multipliers to stay away from. You're going to get heads up like, hey, USI Tech is now officially a company for the US and Canada again. And you're going to be able to get opportunities like that put in front of you, so you know which paths to go, which paths to stay away from, and which paths you can forge your own destiny with. And I want to be there every step of the way to help you. So like I said, if you just want to be an elite Crypto Society Heads Up Mastermind member, you can get it for $250 and then $100 a month from there. But I would highly recommend that you buy at least the sit down session for $375, because then you're going to turn around and be able to have 1 month in the group as well and have that fee waived for you, which is basically a $350 fee as it is. So you're paying 25 extra bucks, but you're getting a sit down session with me to master all this stuff and a month in there. But like I said, there are 10 spots left for our big 3. If you want 3 sit down sessions with me for just $600, then I would highly recommend that you take action. You let me know you want the big 3, and I'll grab you one of the 10 big 3 spots, and we'll get you rocking and rolling with that as well, including a free month in the mastermind. And you know what? I'm even going to take it a step further. For my first 10 Big 3 members, you're going to get 2 sit-down sessions, or you're going to get 2 months of the Heads Up Mastermind for free. So that is a $700 value that you're getting on top of, well, technically it's just a $450 because we don't make you pay $250 the next month, but you're getting a $450 value on top of the 3 sit-down sessions for that same $600. So I'd highly recommend you grab one of the Big 3 spots if you can. Guys, if you're already in the Heads Up Mastermind, this is my last little update for all of you. If you're a Heads Up Mastermind member already, the 1 sit-down session is only $250, or the Big 3 sit-down sessions is only $500. So let me know if you're already in the Heads Up Mastermind and if you want the discount, because you can grab one of these 10 spots as well, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. I appreciate you watching this video. I'll see you in the Elite Crypto Society. I'll see you in the Heads Up Mastermind group. And as always, I'll see you at the blockchain. Take care.